If you're listening, whoa, sing it back, whoa, straight from the cabin, unwind, whoa, up and out where to find,
And from Sun Devil Liquor, it is DrinkinAZ. How you guys doing tonight?
Mighty fine.
Awesome.
George.
Been a while since we saw you. It was episode 2. We have in the house Greg Sorrels and Matt Trethewey from Beer Research Institute.
Episode 2.
Episode 2. And I think we're on what, 14?
Yes, this is 14.
Thanks for having us, George.
Thanks for
We're
coming.
kind of the OGs.
Yeah, thanks for
Kinda.
knocking my stuff over, Adam.
Hey, no problem.
All right.
Anytime. I'm good at knocking stuff over.
Now, you guys were actually part of the very first broadcast, the one that's lost in the cutting room floor somewhere, from Strong Beer Fest,
that
which
Yeah.
all of our recollections are lost in the cutting room floor, too.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what happened there.
A few people reintroduced themselves to each other tonight, and it was like, who are you now? I think I know you. I met you at Strong Beer Fest. Oh, yeah, that's right. I met you at Strong Beer
Yeah,
Fest.
you must have.
You're just a shifty shape that I remember. So, since we last talked, you guys went on the record with the June 1st opening date. How's that coming along?
That was a lie.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
lie.
straight up.
Propaganda?
No, it wasn't so much a lie as just being optimistic, but we're pushed back a little bit as you know you deal with all kinds of hoops that you have to jump through and little snags here and there. So I think we've been taking those and and dodging those punches as they're coming in and reacting pretty good to them. But we are literally days away from pulling our building permit.
Okay.
And so we should begin construction here soon.
So I was going to say, how's the space coming along? So that means nothing's really happened in the space
It's
yet.
very wide open and comfortable at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, there's but we're not brewing.
Oh, and mostly built out.
I
Did you
didn't-
forget that?
I
It's already mostly done.
Yeah,
I didn't get the invite for the kegger at the empty space.
Well, yeah, we
Oh,
do
it
you
hasn't
have, do you
started
have
yet.
that without me?
Hasn't started yet. No
we
worries.
haven't done that yet.
All right.
Keep that one on the low. We've been making progress, but again, you hit things with the city, you hit things with the health department, with the architects, things like that. So
Contractors.
things don't always move as quickly as we'd like them to, but we are moving forward every single day, and that's great. So a couple days away from pulling the permits, and then we'll start our demo. We'll get into construction from there, and and then it's
We're going to find out how Mesa is when it comes to granting permits and
permits are already issued.
not
Mesa-
granting permits, but as far as clearing you for your liquor license and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's another hurdle that we have to jump over here, and that's going to be coming, hot and fast. Inspections should be good. Greg's a contractor, and I've been opening restaurants for the last 15 years. So, unless we do something horribly wrong in this build out, we should be clean. And again, that's being optimistic. But really, if you don't go into this thing optimistically, you're screwed.
And you're not in a right now. We're at Sun Devil Liquors downstairs in the cellar, and this is a one of a kind building. Everything about this is really
pretty unique,
a one-off. I mean, you're in a space where it's already previously been used as a restaurant, and I would hope that it would be a little cleaner and straightforward as far as getting stuff through.
Absolutely.
Right?
I think you hit it right on the head. It's already been built out. The majority of the infrastructure is there. We were very, very fortunate. And by design, we were looking for a specific kind of space, second-generation restaurant space, to where we could go in and build our brewery, do some facelift type stuff, some aesthetics, and then open our doors. So we found that, and that saves us a lot of headache, a lot of heartache, a lot of time, and a lot of money.
Right.
A lot of money.
Knock
Saves
on
us
wood.
a lot of money.
Knock on wood. I don't want to wish you any bad karma whatsoever, but knock on wood with that.
Okay.
We've dodged lots of bullets
Have
already.
you talked to the guy?
Dodged them
And I
all.
don't even know their names. The gentleman over at Desert Eagle. Have you talked to them at all about what they encountered with the city?
We talked a little bit with Desert Eagle. In fact, we've been into the space a few times, and we've sat at their bar and had their beers, and then we had the opportunity to meet them at the Brewers breakfast the day after Strong Beer Festival over at Santan, and we were able to talk to those guys a little bit, and they gave us nothing but well wishes and pats on the back, and What we're trying to do is just bring more good craft beer to Mesa, and I think those guys were supportive of that
Right.
for sure.
And I think right now this place in its own right is a haven and a bright spot in Mesa for craft beer.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Maybe even a little under the radar. If I can piggyback on that, I love this place, and I have for a long time. And it's when we first found this place, we came in for the the unique bottle that you're looking for. And then as we became home brewers and we started brewing, we got into kegging. We found out that this place fills CO2, so that brings you back even more frequently. You're filling
Right.
your
Yeah,
CO2.
and January, February comes around and Hop Slam's down here, and bam!
And so we're getting a case of Hop Slam, we're filling our CO2 tanks, and we're looking for that specialty bottle. And these guys they've always done it right. I think everybody knows that there's a huge selection of craft beer upstairs. I don't know if the general public knows that this thing's down here. This
Yeah.
is one of the coolest little bars in the valley.
Yeah.
And
and literally because you can come here in August and chill out, and it feels like
They don't even have the air
November
conditioning on.
down here.
I'll tell you what, man. You come here in the summertime when it's hot, and you grab a couple pints, and you go over there and you sit in the back room, and you just chill out, and it's nice and cool, and you're in a place that's kind of removed from the rest of the valley. It's neat.
And right now we're in our own little bar area, and there's not a whole lot of people in here, but you see food delivery guys running through here because
yeah.
there's a wine tasting going on, and there's a there's a freaking concert going on back there.
Well, and
Lounge-
and
like
an
a lounge
internet
guy.
and an internet talk radio show.
Yeah.
I mean, don't
Yeah.
sell yourself short.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
BRI's in the house.
right.
Absolutely.
Before we started the show, you walked us through the storage.
The storage facility,
Yeah, which is cool.
I haven't even been back
And they
there.
have about 4,000 square. As far as I know, I think it's about 4,000 square feet of storage lockers. You walk
Wow.
down rows of storage lockers, and investors and speculators keep their wine back there.
It's true. That's where I keep all my wine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't have any wine.
all no bottles.
I don't keep any wine.
No.
$3 chuck, $2 chuck,
$2 chuck.
$2 chuck.
$2 chuck.
I'm wine.
I have some-
ignorant.
I have
It's
some
now
beer.
$3 chuck. Katie just says.
I
yes.
do have some beer that's been aged in wine barrels.
Nice.
Does
Oh
that
yeah.
count?
Oh yeah.
We have wine glasses in our home. Not the
So-
Who
same.
doesn't?
It's not the same.
So yeah, we're a little out of our element with wine, but that's something that we're looking to bring. We've talked to people in the past, and I think we came close to getting somebody. Maybe he's still out there for us, he or she, to be our resident wine expert for the show, because we cover craft beer and spirits, I think, pretty well. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna wrap this segment up. But what we're gonna do is, you guys didn't even really know this, is Matt and Greg, I want you to, during the break, go out and find 3 or 4 beers in the store. It can be downstairs, it could be upstairs, that you really love, that you want to talk about, that you can't live without, or that is
Oh, my goodness.
interesting to you for some reason.
Okay.
And when we come back from the break, we'll talk
Feels like-
about we'll
it
talk
feels
about
like
the
Christmas,
selection.
George. It
Yeah.
feels like Christmas.
Christmas shopping.
And I already cleared this with the ownership, so if they see you bearded people up there running around,
bearded, only one.
the beard guy
I've
running around,
been brewing beer without a beard
Yeah.
for a long time.
you're defying convention.
I am.
Yes,
Yeah. We're rule breakers, bro.
I've been labeled Amish lately.
Amish to goodness.
All right.
right.
So a little beer scavenger hunt.
Yeah, a little beer scavenger hunt.
Okay.
All right,
I'm
so
down.
we'll
Okay.
be back in a minute, and you're listening to Drinkin' AZ.
Phoenix Brewing Supply is an online retailer based in the Phoenix metro area. This online shop is geared up to give the homebrewer competitive prices on a wide selection of all of your homebrewing needs. Phoenix Brewing Supply provides quick access to a variety of hops, yeast, additives, and adjuncts, spiral fermenters, 5-star chemicals, chillers, draft equipment, plumbing, and hardware are all products you can find at the click of a button. When you can get most orders shipped within one business day, why go anywhere else? Log on to phoenixbrewingsupply.com today and receive 10% off of your first order when you register online. Phoenix Brewing Supply. What are you brewing today?
And we're back with Drinkin' AZ at Sun Devil Liquor. All right, so we had our scavenger hunt, and while I was out, I was looking actually for Fuller's London Porter, which is one of my all-time favorite beers, and they don't have it. You can't get it in the States, apparently. So what I did find is a beer that was important to me as a home brewer and somebody who was just learning how to brew, and that's Orkney Skull Splitter. It's an old ale brewed on the Orkney Isles off of Scotland, I believe. And you guys tasted it. What do you think?
It's pretty darn delicious.
Yeah?
It's a little caramely for what I like in a beer, but I guess that's it's kind of the way it's supposed to be for an old ale.
I think they've been making this stuff for eons.
For a while.
Yeah.
That's why it's old ale. Yeah.
Hence the name.
It's for the style. It's
Right?
it's excellent. It's not necessarily my type of beer, but it's a barley wine-esque. It's big. It's boozy. It's caramel.
It's drinkable to me, though.
Oh, very drinkable.
Yeah.
Very drinkable.
Yeah. And I think one of the things about it is, it's 8.5% alcohol, which right now is not a big deal. But 20 years ago, 8.5 was a big deal.
That was a big one. That was almost like a barley wine.
And
20 years ago, I was drinking 3.2.
when I first started you're from Utah?
Yeah.
When I first started home brewing, I won an award in, I think, 2004 for my IPA. And I think it would lose now, that same beer, because it's not that bracing wasabi assault your sinuses that everybody is used to.
IPA is developing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's, beer is like a living,
Sinus
breathing
assault.
thing. All right, enough with that. I want to find out what what'd you bring down? What do we got?
Well, we brought down a nice little grab bag
Yeah?
of beers that we enjoy.
Yeah.
Let's go through the Round the Horn, right?
Round the Horn.
So we've got Avery and Russian River collaboration. It's collaboration, not litigation. It's the beer that they both had a beer, Belgian golden ale.
What's it? Say it again slower. What's it called?
It's Avery
Collaboration.
not litigation.
Not litigation.
So both of these brewing companies had a beer called Salvation.
Okay.
And instead of going to court over who owned the naming rights, like so many
Nice.
breweries do nowadays,
Uh-huh.
they decided to make one together. And so what this is, it's a blend of the two beers, and it's delightful.
That's a good story behind
yeah,
that, too.
it really is, and it just goes to show that two high-level craft brewers can get on the same page and do something fun together instead of going to court. And again, like I said, all too often now we see breweries getting lawsuits or
Cease and
cease and desist because of the name of their beer or
Right.
the recipe or the style that they're doing, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just kind of a fun thing to show that craft brewers really are a united front. And if we can see more of this, that'd be awesome. right?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I just Greg and I actually just took two little vacations, separate vacations, and we were able to go to beer meccas.
Is it that bad, guys?
No.
You have to take separate vacations.
Oh,
just
no. We
Little getaways with the wives.
Yeah, it was all about the wives.
counselor
Timing and-
suggested it.
Quite frankly, what they were both kind of anniversary trips. My wife and I just had our anniversary. Greg and his wife just had their anniversary, and so my wife and I, we went up to Colorado, and we spent quite a bit of time at Avery. And this is one of the beers that I enjoyed while I was on that trip, and it's fantastic. I can't wait to pop it open.
Nice.
Are you gonna pop it open?
Is that what we're doing right now? I can
That's
do
on
it.
you if you want to pop it open. I opened up my skull splitter.
I didn't come here to look at beer.
I popped open my skull.
Whoa.
All right. So
Flip
we're-
top.
we're-
Flip top.
So
Skulls?
are we gonna go? Do we want to go around the horn on the three that we picked, or do we want to go one at a time? How do you want to roll? There.
Well,
George?
while you're working on that, let's get Greg's.
All right.
So, one of the next beers that I picked is the West Coast IPA. West Coast IPA has been my go-to IPA for years. It's literally
Who makes that beer, Greg?
You know, those guys over there at Green Flash. They do something real special with that. I think.
Those guys.
Yeah. I think there's ground up unicorns in this beer. I don't even know.
Nice.
It's crazy. But this West Coast IPA is just full of hops, full of danky hops, resiny hops, and it's just it's a palate
Right.
assault, all short of palate wrecker. I would say this is palate wrecker's younger brother.
I saw Palette Wrecker somewhere over the weekend,
Oh gosh, it's
and
delicious.
I thought about you.
It's
You
delicious.
should've
Thank
stopped
you.
and
I
talked
appreciate
to it.
that. Yeah.
because that's a fantastic beverage.
Yeah. If you can get it on cask, wow.
Wowzers! These are the smallest sampling cups I have ever seen in my life.
specimen
It's like a
cups.
1 ounce pour.
So this is the collaborate, not litigate.
Not litigate.
Collaboration, not litigation, and it is their two.
Oh wow.
It's a golden ale from both breweries that they blend together, and it's it's pretty goddamn fantastic.
That is good. Wow.
Can I just keep a free flow?
Yeah.
of
Let's
cups
just
coming?
get
because I'm
those
gonna
all
need
over
like
here.
3 or 4 of these.
Yeah, we're gonna need some more of those. Thanks, Adam.
So we got to visit Avery a couple weeks ago, and like I said, they're just making great beers up there, and we were able to drink this one. And you know, anytime I see something with Russian River's name on it, it obviously grabs my attention.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm sitting in the Avery Brewing Company, and you know, just in really, really good company there, seeing some amazing, not only their packaged products, but their pub beers as well.
Mm-hmm.
Very innovative, some stuff that's I think out of the box. They had a chocolate mint stout up there that was just doesn't sound like a beer that I would really enjoy, but
Sounds gimmicky.
tasted like Girl Scout cookies, man. And my wife loved it, and we drank the hell out of it, and went back for more, and it was gone. So it just kind of shows that people were enjoying that beer. What I really like what these guys do is their Belgian style beers, and they do have a bottle, and it's upstairs. It's called Salvation, and that's the unblended version. It's just their brew, and then this is the blended version with Russian River. So
Cheers.
cheers. Yeah. But just really
You try that, Katie?
really well done. The Belgian yeast comes out. It's still got a sweet note. Obviously, it didn't attenuate all the way down, which I think is obviously by design. And it's just got a beautiful color to it, and just a light, easy drinking beer that packs kind of a punch.
And this is the
What's
kind
the
of beer.
ABV on this guy?
8.9%.
8.9.
Kind of drinks like a 6%er.
Did you feel like you were in Disneyland up there looking at the beers?
You know, I've spent a lot of time in Colorado over the last 7 years, and visited numerous breweries. This time we went up. We were there for 3 days. We visited 14 breweries in 3 days. So yeah,
That's a great stint there.
Disneyland for adults for sure.
Right.
So this
Okay.
past week, I spent in San Diego.
Uh-huh.
We spent 7 days there, and in 6 days, we happened by 24 breweries.
No big deal.
No big deal. No big deal. Great. We segmented the city off, and each day we just went to an arraignment of.
So this was you and your wife?
Me and my wife. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Celebrating
Your
our
wife
10-year.
is a saint.
Oh, she is.
I've never met her,
Oh,
but
she's
she's a saint.
We got good girls, man.
Yeah.
We got good girls.
She's the best designated driver I've ever seen. It's awesome.
It's true.
Does she taste, like at every brewery, taste stuff?
Most definitely. She's grown in the past 4 years to love craft beer. Started out in porters and ciders, and has steadily moved into. I think her favorite beer right now is a Session IPA. That's her go-to, no matter where we go.
Let's pour this whole bottle out, because probably shouldn't be any left in the bottle when we're done.
So what are we drinking now?
This is the same.
Same.
Yeah, this is the same one. I'm just trying. It's
Okay.
you
I
know-
thought we were
got 1
segueing.
ounce.
You're talking about
No.
your trip. I thought we were segueing
No,
into
again,
your...
we have the smallest sampling cups in the history of the world, and so it's gonna require a couple pours.
Okay.
Just 2 or 3.
This isn't making for riveting radio, just so you know.
It's it makes for a lot of editing, right, Adam? Yeah. So Matt, while you were in Colorado, did you happen across this brewery, Odell Brewing?
Odell's like my home away from home. I love that place. It's when I'm in Fort Collins, like that's my spot. That's where I go, and they make some amazing beers up there. They've got an amazing facility, great people, but it's a sexy brewery. I mean, when you walk in there, it's just well designed. It's laid out nice. I mean, it's very architecturally appealing. It's a beautiful place, and they make great beer. So, Greg, what do we have there?
We've got I think one of their best beers. It's a seasonal that comes out from these guys. It's the Imperial Peach Ale or Peach IPA. Excuse me. It's the Tree Shaker.
Imperial Peach IPA. You went with a fruit beer.
Yes, and this
Must be
beer,
good.
This beer is delicious. It's 10.1% of juicy peach hoppiness.
It's interesting too, because a lot of I think that we might be a little off the median on this, but Greg and I think both really appreciate well done fruit beers.
Right.
And what we really don't care for is when breweries use fruit extract. Okay, it's a It's an off. It's a little off. You can tell that it's an artificial flavor, and we understand why they do it because it's really really hard to get a huge fruit punch into a beer using natural fruit. But Odell has done it, and they've used just a shit ton of peaches in this beer to give it the aroma and the flavor that it has. And then it also has a mouthfeel that you get from those peaches too. It gets a little, it's a little thicker than what a standard IPA is.
Oh, you were picking peaches this weekend.
Yes.
This past weekend. What are you going to do with those peaches?
We're gonna make some beer with them.
Make some beer, moonshine.
No, we're
not some beer.
making moonshine's illegal, George. And,
Well, you didn't see the air quotes.
Oh,
the
no,
moonshine
Yeah.
is steeping
well, we
it
can
in
see them on the
Everclear.
GoPro now.
You're gonna see very shortly a peach saison, and then
Peach
from-
lolly?
Ooh,
peach lolly would be all right.
Peach Belgian blonde.
So what we wanted to do is we went to Shemp
wow.
Farms, Shemp Farms this
like
weekend
that?
out in
That's legit.
out in Queen Creek.
Cheers,
And-
fellas.
Yeah, cheers.
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 That's, that beer just smells
Cheers
good.
to the tree shaker.
Damn.
Yeah, it's one of our favorites.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
Wow.
That's got a little. It's almost like Lambic has that stereophonic fruitness to it, fruitiness to it.
Yeah.
This has got that. It's capturing that. Where I
they
feel like
use-
I'm eating a peach.
They use real fruit.
Yeah.
And you can tell they use real fruit here. And so that was kind of our intention of going out to Shemp Farms this weekend. We went out there, and if anybody hasn't been there, it's down in Queen Creek. Awesome little family-owned local place. They've got a ridiculous spread of property there, and they grow all kinds of things, not only peaches, but also garden goods, tomatoes and stuff. Lots of fruit trees, things like that. Their peach season comes in every year. And right now they're in high swing there. They just started it, and that's going to go all the way into their peach festival at the beginning of June. And if you guys like peaches, get out there and pick some peaches. If you brew and you like to use fruit, get out there, get some, and bring them home. Like I said, we're going to use the peaches that we picked in a Belgian Saison. And from there, I think that we're just going to try to gather some inspiration to maybe put it in the lolly and try a peach lolly. Maybe
Yummy.
Right. Maybe do an IPA that's similar to this, a peach IPA.
Now-
you can do a peach blonde or a golden. I mean, so many
my
different ways
my word
go.
to you is good luck, and I say that because I had the New Glarus Red, the cherry,
The Belgian Red.
the Belgian Red, yeah.
One of the best.
I
damn
thought
beers
I
on the
could. I
planet.
thought I could reproduce that, right? And I went and I paid a crap ton of money for a bunch of sour cherries, and I infused it and did all that stuff, and it just fell short.
Well, you know what?
Fell short.
Fell
So-
short in flavor, or
Yeah, in
it
flavor.
was just off?
Well, let's
It
talk
didn't.
about.
It didn't have that. This is the only way I can describe it is stereo flavor. This is stereo
It's
flavor.
not mono. It's stereo.
Yeah, it's stereo.
It speaks to you.
Let's talk about intentions though too. So like our intention isn't to recreate anything else.
Okay.
Our intention is to take a beer that we make really well, which is our Belgian Saison, and we want to add some a peach element to it. And in adding that peach element to it, we want to use something that's locally harvested and support another community member in
Right.
Shemp Farms. So what we're going to get is we're going to get a great Saison because we already make that well, and it's going to have a peach element to it. Now, hopefully, the peaches bring a little bit of funk to it as well because there's all kinds of things growing on that peach.
Right.
It has to. The skins are all kinds of funky.
All kinds of fun-
funky and
It-
tart.
Well, it
Love
depends on where in the process you put them in, right?
Sure. So
Yeah.
we're gonna be adding these to a secondary to let them age and
You
and
gonna let
sit
that
on those.
fuzz go right into the secondary?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
All
how
of
we're
it.
going to do it. And so that should bring some lacto in. That should bring some PDO in, and then just the the tannins from the skin and things like that. And we're excited about that experiment. We've played with fruit before, never really with peaches. And peaches don't have a slick surface, so there's we're certainly going to wash them, but
Right.
there's going to be something that remains on there. And these peaches are just goddamn juicy. I mean, they're the most ridiculously juicy peaches that I've ever seen.
It doesn't matter if it's silver dollar sized or fist sized.
No, they're little guys, but they're just packed full of juice and flavor. And anyways, we're excited about that. So this is a beer that we get excited about, and we see how Odell does this, and and so you've got all that fruit and all that pectin in there, but look at that beer and how brilliantly clear that is. I mean, that's a pretty damn clear beer for having fruit in it.
And for a 10%, 10.1% beer,
Oh, you're kidding me.
It's a good thing we're
10.1.
drinking. It's a good
10.1?
10.1.
it's a good thing we're drinking thimbles of it.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. 1 ounce pours here. For a 10.1% beer, it's easy drinking.
Good choice.
Easy drinking.
Well done.
And then
Yes.
the hops and the bitterness play really, really well with the fruitiness too.
Most
You know,
definitely.
when you get peaches and you get apricots, and I know this is George's favorite word, it's danky. You know, it gets
Danky.
deep.
Dank.
And it gets deep and dank, and there's a robustness to it. And you know, we really enjoy those flavors. So I think that, you know, hopefully we can come into the Arizona brew scene and kind of, you know, flip fruit beers kind of on their ear a little bit. We want to brew high quality fruit beers for the summer without using extracts.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This is good stuff. This is like 10 years from now, people are going to go into the vault and look at this and say, you know, BRI, this is what they were doing back in the day. They when in the embryonic stages, they were going
Those
to the
guys.
Yeah.
Shemp farms and
This
and
is where they
picking
grew their
fruit.
roots.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. I mean, I don't want to jump off topic here. Well, I guess it's kind of on topic.
All right,
but
real quick, and then we're going to take a break. But go ahead and go off topic.
A local brewery in Arizona
Go ahead.
that is making an amazing, and I'm using air quotes, fruit beer is Mud Shark with their Lunacy.
Okay.
And that is hands down one of my favorite beers
Yeah.
right now.
What kind of what fruit?
It's a
Which one have you had?
It's a Belgian wit.
I haven't
It's a-
had it.
It's an Imperial Belgian wit.
Yeah.
And when you just get the regular Lunacy, it tastes like you're drinking literally like apricot puree.
Yeah.
And then they've got a few different
Peach,
ones. Peach,
raspberry,
blueberry.
watermelon, blueberry, tutti frutti.
Really?
It's-
Yeah,
and
they
they
are
are-
like 6 flavors.
And they're all like 12%, and they're just stupid. I mean, it's an amazing
like the
beer.
tutti frutti. You feel like when you're drinking that beer, you feel like you've eaten all of your fruity pebbles, and you're drinking the milk. That's
Right.
what it tastes like.
Wow.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
We're gonna have to
go
take
out and
a
get
Duncan, or Duncan's our residential Gamblers Anonymous guy. Here. I think we're gonna have to go up to Mud Shark and then like hit Laughlin. While
Oh,
we're
yeah.
up there.
Oh,
Check all that out up there.
do you guys need company?
Just
I mean,
stop
yeah,
by.
we'll
I
let
got a
you
big
know.
truck. I
We'll
mean,
let you know.
we could drive.
Yeah.
But look for that beer. Look for Lunacy, or they sometimes they call it Full Moon. I'm a little confused.
No, the
on
full
that,
moon's
but-
only 8%. The Lunacy's 12.
Okay, so the Lunacy's where it's at, and it is 12%, and it's fruity, and it's
You
just.
guys want to go on a
awesome.
road trip with us to check out Mud Shark? And,
Yeah, sure.
College Street, and what else do we got up there?
I got a full tank of gas, bro.
Yeah. No big deal. I got a gas card. We're good.
Sure.
We're good. Yeah, I agree.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Do not. Do not. I challenge you to a duel.
A beer
All right,
duel.
we're going to be right back, and we're going to talk about the other beers that we found on our scavenger hunt here at Sun Devil Liquor. You're listening to Drinkin' AZ.
Out of my dreams. Get into my car.
This is Dunk from the Dunk Tank here at DrinkinAZ, and tonight I want to tell you about Blackstone Limousine. Their cars are beautiful. They have a Lincoln Town car and a Ford Excursion which seats 10 passenger. Huge sound systems, CDs, DVDs, and iPod hookups. Their services are amazing for all occasions. So if you're a bachelor, bachelorette, birthday, weddings, proms, night outs, bar hopping, anything you need, you can contact Blackstone Limousine. Call Chris at 480-229-6954, and you can see them on the web at www.blackstonelimousinellc.com. So ladies, get your man to take you in a Blackstone limousine today.
And we're back at Sun Devil Liquor with Drinkin' AZ. All right, guys. So we've been trying these beers here. We had the Orkney Skull Splitter. We had the Collaboration Not Litigation. And we had the Tree Shaker, which was amazing. I think so far, I mean, no matter what you say, the Skull Splitter is going to be... What are you doing? The Skull Splitter is going to be a standby for me for the rest of my life. But the Tree Shaker was amazing. Now, is that a seasonal, or do they have that all the time?
Totally seasonal. It's totally random that it's on the shelf right now, and
Okay.
we're just blessed to have that right now.
Awesome.
I believe it probably just came out a week ago, maybe
Okay.
maybe a week and a half ago.
It's one of our favorite beers, and it's just because it's kind of off the charts, but so well done. It's a fruit IPA. who else is doing that?
It's a favorite
Right.
of Steve
And-
Miller.
Well,
here.
Dogfish
Yeah.
Head does a
Imperial.
decent
Right.
apricot, aprihop. That's
Aprihop.
decent. Yeah.
Yep, it's decent. That apricot just makes a totally complex flavor to where the peach is direct. The apricot is so
It's a
many
little muddled,
different-
maybe.
It is a little muddled,
Yeah.
and it makes your palate think that you're tasting multiple flavors. Where this tree shaker is straight peach to
Hops
the
and
dome.
peach, right?
Hops and peach.
You know,
to the dome.
I have a little bit of top secret intel on a certain brewery in Arizona, which is the largest brewery in Arizona, which makes a peach beer.
Oh,
Yeah. They use
I think I've heard of that.
they use apricot extract in that peach beer.
really?
Yes.
They use extract in that peach beer.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's apricot. It's not even peach.
It's
Sure.
And it's a little.
And you know
it's
what?
a little bit. It's a little bit weak.
Let me tell you something. That beer's delightful.
You think so?
It's not my go-to for.
So's a watercress sandwich. You know. But
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
not,
see
it's,
me
not
eat
a, it's
one.
not a go-to IPA, but
It's not my go-to beer. I mean, clearly we gravitate to the West Coast style IPAs and the Belgians, but it's a hot summer day and you're on a patio, and there's a pitcher to share.
Yeah.
I'm drinking that beer every time.
Okay.
I feel less manly admitting that I do enjoy that beer every once
Do
in a while.
you
but
enjoy that beer?
I do. Every once in a while, I will order that.
It's a
beer.
refreshing beer.
Okay, I'm gonna
look,
be
Adam. Next time, here in just a little bit, I'll give you your man card back. It's no big deal.
I'm gonna be the
Well, that's okay.
minority
Thank
here,
you.
and I'm gonna say that
Easy.
I bought a 6-pack of that, got a good deal on it, and drank one and gave 5 away.
Okay.
Well,
That's my
maybe,
experience.
Maybe peach isn't your favorite fruit.
Hey, you know what, guys?
Apricot extract.
Actually, I like
apricot.
peach,
I think we all
but I
have
like
a little,
peach. I don't like essence of peach. I like peach.
I think we all have a little something different that tickles us, right?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that one doesn't do it for you.
That's the beauty
Right.
of craft beer, right?
Yeah.
And you guys missed out on our last show or show or two ago when we were talking about the
See,
role.
I don't feel like I missed out, but okay.
Yeah. Well, you
All
did.
right. Okay.
Now
Okay.
I'm going to make you feel like you missed
All right.
out on the role of media, the role of criticizing beers.
Oh, the media sucks.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
if some, but here's the big question though.
That's
the
what
nail on
we-
the head,
that's
bro.
what we
Here's
are.
the big, I'm going to go deep for 1 second, and then we'll go back to our beer. If nobody criticizes bad beer, is that a good thing or a bad thing for the local beer scene? Because you're going to have the best and you're going to have the worst. And if we're not pointing out the flaws of the worst, are we doing a credit or a discredit to our scene and our industry?
I think there needs to be honesty and there needs to be directness. What needs to go away is the pretentiousness, right? And so I don't really blame media on the pretentiousness comment. It's more the internet trolls, right? There's a lot of that, and it's just ugly, and it's a waste of time and energy. But as far as the media, I don't think the media is tough enough. And maybe that's what you're getting at, is that there are some mediocre to bad beers out there
Right.
that people either just glaze over or don't comment on or avoid commentary.
Right.
And you know what? I think those brewers need to know what's
Right.
going on.
Now, what
definitely.
I
So
would
can-
like
can
to
get
see,
that.
what I would like to see is I think the role of the media is they should show that they're educated enough to criticize the beer on its merits, good or bad, and not use words like insipid or horrific or things like that are kind of really subjective. You know what I mean?
I think there's certainly a right way and a wrong way to do it, right?
Right.
And you can be constructive without being destructive, and I think that's what you're getting at.
But at the end of the day, it's like telling somebody their kids are ugly. It's really hard. It's a really hard thing to do.
Well, then don't be a part of the media.
Yeah.
I mean. So,
Okay, you're
I mean,
right. I'm done.
So,
Honesty.
Well, no. It's like you choose your card, you choose your path, and
Right.
and if that's what you're going to do, then I think that everybody deserves for you to be honest and direct.
Right.
And so if you're going to do that, you've got to be able to get into a zone where you can not hold any punches and,
Right.
and be direct without being insulting. I think I
Right.
think that's where the line gets
Right.
crossed. Is some people get personal and get insulting.
Exactly.
And that's unnecessary. But
it's right to be insulted if somebody gets personal with you because you've started it at that point, right?
Yeah, because that makes it personal.
sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
What we have decided to do here, and we talked about this in our last show. I don't know if you guys heard it or not, but we're going to do, under the guidance of a nationally recognized BJCP judge and some
What's that?
BJCP judge.
BJCP.
I'm kidding, George.
Did you
Sorry
see
about
me?
that.
Oh my God.
That doesn't translate on internet radio, does it? I'm sorry.
Whoa.
My sarcasm is lost.
So under the guidance of the highest rated judge here in Arizona, with certified cicerones helping us out and other judges, we're going to rate objectively as possible. We're going to rate the flagship beer of every brewery in the state of Arizona.
Oh, great.
That's going to be a service
That's solid.
that's going to be a service that DrinkinAZ does. And you can look at that and you can say, okay, and the way we decided, we were going back and forth on, is it going to be IPA, is it going to be pale ale? But, if somebody says this is our flagship beer, they're hanging their hat on that beer.
Mm-hmm.
So they better be willing to let that beer withstand some scrutiny, right?
Most definitely. And
Sure.
in comparison to other breweries in the area brewing the same type beer. For
Right.
sure.
So, that's what we're going to be doing. So when you guys, what's your flagship beer going to be?
I think we're gonna hang our hat on a couple of them. I think initially we've got a couple of them picked, and then I think that really, quite frankly, our public and our market's
gonna demand that.
They're gonna tell us what our flagship beers are. But coming out of the gate, it's hands down, it's our vanilla porter for the American craft brew style drinkers. It's our 480G IPA.
Well, it's interesting that you say vanilla porter, because one thing that I got out of our last conversation was that you guys were going to do West Coast IPAs and Belgians.
Right.
But then your flagship's a vanilla porter.
Well, yeah, the vanilla porter is something that we brew really well, and it's kind of close and personal to our heart. There's a lot of people that we know and love that just really, really gravitate to that beer, and it's something that we've done for a long time. We've won some medals, and we're really proud of it. So, and it's a great gateway beer. It's for females specifically that don't necessarily think that they like beer. When they notice that they like coffee flavors and chocolate flavors and dessert flavors, that beer is a great gateway for them. So we feel that beer is going to do very, very, very well at our pub, and that's why we're hanging our hat on it. The 480G IPA, which is just, and you had that last time we met, that just reeks of apricots and mangoes and dank, fruity, hoppy, bitter IPA. It's a Best Coast style IPA, right?
Yeah, because it's from the West Coast.
I think either one of those beers you're going to be fine.
And then the third one, just to wedge it in there, lolly all day long.
Lolly.
8.2%, Belgian blonde. Make you fall down. Better have your shit together. Have people around you to help you to your car. Are you guys
good? Are you guys disclosing, like, some brewers are very secretive, and other brewers are like, yeah, this is what it is. Go ahead. Try to make it. See if you can make it.
Well, we're smart enough to know that every brew system is different,
right?
And if you take our recipe and you brew it on your system, it's going to be a different beer.
And you're going to have a bitch of a time translating that. I would imagine translating that from what you're brewing on now to your 7 barrels, or was it 5 or 7 barrels?
5 barrels. We're working on it daily, and then the real work comes when we get the brewery in our hands and we actually get to brew it. And so there's going to be some trial and error there, but are we completely open? No. I think it's a kind of a bad move to be completely open. But if somebody says, hey, how's that beer made? We'll say we use this malt, and this malt, and we use these hops and this yeast, and
we'll give it as a percentage.
Give
we'll give them a rough estimate.
And the devil's in the details.
Yeah, we don't even care. Homebrew, whatever you're going to be.
Yeah,
we'll give you that
a little
recipe.
different. There's no way that anybody else can brew the beers that we brew. There's no way that we can go and brew the beers that other people brew.
Right.
So the recipe's not as sacred as everybody
It's not.
thinks it is.
You look at Fuller's London Porter, right? They'll give you the grain bill. I dare you to make that beer.
You can't.
And Saison DuPont, I dare you to make Saison DuPont.
A lot of it
Can't
has to
do
do
it.
with the water of the area.
There's so many variables, guys. And so, again, are we going to hold it so close to our vest that nobody knows our secret
It has
recipe?
to do with the
Hell no.
the kettles that it's made
Yeah,
in.
there's
Are they
so many
copper? Are they steel?
So even if you did,
BTUs,
right? I mean, you'd be labeled as a cheater, right? I mean, you'd be going, well, BRI came up with that first, right?
Well, here's the thing: are there any are there any highly proprietary recipes out there? There's probably a few, and there's definitely proprietary yeast and things like that. But the thing is, if you know how to make beer and you know how the ingredients interact with each other, just like when you're making something in the kitchen, if you know how those ingredients and spices interact, you can tweak things to your own wants, needs, and tastes, right? So we've done that with beers, and certainly we've garnered inspiration from other breweries and commercial beers. I mean, that's what all home brewers do. But the reality is that we can definitely share our recipe with people, and there's little to no chance that it's going to be duplicated, especially on a commercial scale. So we're not worried about that. I mean,
that's good. That's a good, healthy attitude.
Yeah, our whole thing. I mean, we're brewers, man. We want to make beer and we want to make people happy. And if there's a home brewer that loves one of our beers and they want to try it on their system, I mean, we'll be glad to help them. You know how much help we've gotten along the way from commercial brewers that have said, hey, try this, and hey, this is how we start, and then ramp your IBUs up to this on the first charge. I mean, we've gotten so much help from people along the way. I mean, we'd be assholes to not share that same knowledge and experience with others.
I mean, look how many people have tried Pliny the Elder clone. Look how many people have gotten that recipe, have written that down, has converted the percentages down to a 5-gallon homebrew system.
I think it's on the internet.
It's all over. But how many people have nailed that spot on and had that same beer?
That's like I'm saying with the Saison DuPont. They'll give you the freaking,
because they know you're not going to nail it.
There's no way.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
So
yeah.
So yeah,
all right.
so we're open to all that.
So
for sure.
reeling this thing back in, and we're just about done for the night. What was the last beer that we had here at Sun Devil?
West Coast IPA from Green Flash.
Green Flash.
Green Flash.
It's really good, delightful.
This is your favorite, right, Greg?
This is
one of your go-tos?
This is one of my go-tos. Like if I go somewhere and this is on tap, this is what I'm getting. I don't care what else they have going on. This fits my palate.
It's a sexy bottle too.
It's a sexy bottle, but better than that, its contents are danky, resiny, and that's that really
Nice.
that's exactly what I'm looking for in an IPA.
This beer tastes like San Diego. It absolutely, like when we're in San Diego and we're drinking beer and when we go there frequently, like this is what San Diego tastes like.
Exactly.
Nice.
It's a little slice of San Diego.
Now, on your way to San Diego next time, guys, and then if you go there in the next couple, 2-3 months, you got to go by check out Prison Hill.
Prison Hill?
Prison Hill and Yuma.
Where are those guys at?
They're
Yuma
the
AZ.
Yuma. The first brewery in Yuma, yeah.
They just opened a couple weeks ago, right?
They'll be open, like I said, in 2 or 3 months, they'll be open.
Okay.
No, I think they said I thought they said about a month.
That's on our time, too.
I know they're coming.
I
They're coming
reviewed the
hot.
tapes. It's about 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
Oh, so they're June-ish?
Yeah.
They're on our schedule.
Yeah, no big deal.
That's awesome.
June-ish. That's
So
whenever it's opening.
yeah, we'll hit them up, and one of the things that we love to do when we go back and forth between here and San Diego is we try to hit as many breweries as we can along the way. So what Yuma does, Yuma is always a gas stop, always a gas stop. So duck in for a little pint.
Now
Well,
it's
their
a
whole
beer
thing
stop.
is instead of going to the McDonald's, they want you to go over to their brewery, and they have a kids menu. Take care of your kids.
I don't have any kids.
Your kids.
Better work on
kids.
that.
Okay.
Kids?
Well, that could happen. If you're
kids.
babysitting.
Well, what I'm thinking is like on our way back from San Diego, like after that Alpine pint or two wears off.
Oh, yeah.
Prison Hill.
Add two. Do they have a duet?
All right. So what do we have to look forward to from BRI here in the next couple months?
All right, so we, like I said at the beginning of the show, we have things moving forward in a really good direction. We are literally days away from starting construction or the demolition process,
Breaking ground.
So where we're at right now, and we're excited as hell and frustrated all at the same time. We're probably looking at about an August opening, and all that to say, we should have our construction done. And then we should be waiting on equipment from somebody that you might all know.
Phil's.
Yeah, no big deal.
Brugger.
It's a tall Brit. You ever seen that guy?
So he's a tall Brit. He sounds funny.
Big rugby player.
Love the guy.
So,
Love the guy.
So we'll be waiting on equipment for a little while when we're done with the construction. And then it is, once we have that equipment in, it is all up to the TTB. All of our applications have been submitted. They have all of the paperwork necessary from us, and it's literally just waiting for them to come back and say, yay.
And let's
or
cross
we
our
need
fingers
more.
on them
Right.
because they can be
They can be a nightmare,
Crazy,
and,
you know?
and they can take a long time. But one thing that we know from speaking with other brewers in the community is that once they have everything they need, they move quickly, and that's evidenced by Andrew Bowman down there at the Perch. Once he had all of his information in and it was solidified, they moved super quick and they gave him his permit.
Is he clear yet?
He's clear.
He's clear. He's ready to go.
He's clear. He's ordered grain.
Yep.
I believe he's done a couple mashes.
They've been testing equipment. They're ready to roll. So with that, we heard back from our TTB rep, and they said that all of our paperwork is in and complete. So it could be weeks. It could be a couple months. We just really don't know. And we're trying to pace ourselves and be realistic by saying that optimistically, realistically, we're hoping for an August opening.
Labor Day.
God, no. No, before then.
Well, that's September
August.
1st.
That's September.
It's the end of
That's
August.
September.
That's September, though, buddy. Come on.
Well,
Almost September.
Being, realistic.
Well,
It's okay. Everything's gonna be all right.
I predict.
We said June 1st.
Okay, I
we said
predict that
August.
on Labor Day
now.
I'll be in there drinking a beer. How's that?
I hope so, man.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. We'll
we
serve
lo-
you a beer then.
Absolutely. So
Awesome.
we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. We're excited.
All right. So I got a little bit more Skull Splitter to kill here, and you guys got a little bit more IPA.
To the dome piece.
Just
Yeah.
a little bit. I've
Well,
got a little bit
cheers.
of IPA
Cheers.
right here.
Cheers to episode 14, guys.
I don't
Thanks
think anybody heard
thanks
that.
for coming out here and hanging out with us, and we look forward to the next time. And you never know, next time maybe in your establishment.
We'd love to have you guys
We
in
would
the
love to
shop
have you
for
in there.
sure.
Yeah.
And this is Greg and I love coming out and talking about beer and what we're doing. So anytime you guys need us,
Awesome.
I mean, this is fun shit.
We love having you. All right. So for Adam and Duncan and our guests, Greg and Matt, this is George Lindblom with DrinkinAZ. You guys have a great weekend.
Be all right in the house.
Peace out.
Out.